Hey, you, I need you to hit the subscribe button below.
Well, I do believe, Europeans invaded the Americas,
Right.
killed our ancestors, then raised up generations, told us we were black, and gave us a different identity. Now, are we Native Americans? Are we different Native tribes? Are we Africans? Are we Israelites? I don't know for sure. But I do believe our memory was white kings, and then they replaced it with a black consciousness, which keeps us in the place.
Okay, so now everything you just said about oppression, I'm gonna summarize it because that's oppression, right? About them robbing us, raping us, bringing us over here, things like that. Get Deuteronomy 28, drop that. Now I want you to know without a shadow of a doubt that you are an Israelite, because everything you just called out, did that happen to all nations?
All nations?
No, you can't even figure it out. For example, like we was talking about earlier with brothers, where's a white George Floyd? Never heard of it. How many times have you seen black men getting gunned down on live television? A lot, right? How many times have you seen white men get gunned down on live television? You can't even name one to me right now. That's how real it is. How many times have you seen that happen to a Chinese man? What about an Arab man? You see what I'm getting at? Everything you just said, before you read Daniel 9 and 11. Everything that you just said, you can't even picture that with no other nation but black and Hispanic people and Native American. You're absolutely right with those groups of people, right? Daniel chapter 9 verse 11. The Bible going to prove that statement to be true.
Daniel chapter 9 verse 11. Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law.
So now it says all Israel, right? I want you to look at the sign. That's what makes up all Israel. So-called American blacks, right? So-called West Indians. And I say so-called because, like you said, that's what the white man named us, or the nation that conquered us. Because it wasn't just a white man that conquered us. All nations took part. Because during slavery, what nation saved us? None. They all benefited from it. You're absolutely right. Now listen to what the prophet Daniel said.
Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law.
Transgress meaning they broke, they sinned, right? Read.
Even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice.
They didn't want to listen to what God had to say no more. Just like a lot of us as black and Hispanic men nowadays, we hard-headed. You try to talk to a young man, I'll flip you off, right? So just like today, it's just like back then, we was hard-headed, didn't want to listen to God's laws. Read.
Therefore, the curse is poured upon us.
Therefore, everything you just said is poured upon who?
Us.
No, everybody.
Us.
Us. Us. Check this out. Is this a blessing or a curse? Because this is what you were just talking about. Having a chain around your neck. Is that a blessing? Look at this. This particular chain they put around his neck because he was a runaway slave. And they wanted to make sure he don't run away again. So he couldn't get to like... Exactly. Being sold on an auction block. We're the only people that can say that happened to. And who's selling us? European. The so-called white man, right? Look at over here. You got a family about to be separated. She got a baby in her hand, right? Check this out right here. This is what they would call a buck. Just like the NFL Combine, strip you naked and still sell you, like they trade you in the league today, right? That's a young man about to be sold, right? And then when they were sold, where did they go? The cotton plantation, the sugar plantation, right? Now check this out. You got Arabs. That's why you got that kufi on his head. You got Arabs selling us over here, about to brand one of our sisters.
What is that on his head?
What do you call it again? Little turban thing or whatever. The fez, the little red thing that be wearing on their head. He about to sell one of your ancestors, so-called white men. It says cash for men, women, and children. Read that again.
Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore, the curse is poured upon us.
It says the curse. Here we go again. Arabs, real Arabs, selling us to the white man and to real Africans, because we not Africans. That's why you know African coming over here to come save us. They know we're not the same people. All dark-skinned people not the same people. You understand? Right here. getting inspected for sale of a Negro, just like the NFL Combine. You see how that picture look the same? Just like the NFL Combine, right? Read it again.
Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice.
So because we don't want to listen to God's commandments, read.
Therefore, the curse is poured upon us.
Upon us. Us only, not everybody. Read.
And the oath that is written in the law of Moses, thy servant, of God, because we have sinned against him.
Because we sin against him. So he said the oath that was written by Moses, right? Now we're going to read about the oath. The oath is like a contract. Like if I say to you, you know what? I promise I'm going to give you a couple dollars later. That's an oath I made with you, right? So now we as a nation of people, so-called blacks and Hispanics, right? Israelites, made an oath with God. Because we didn't keep our part of the promise, curse was poured upon us, right? So now, the only good thing about the curses is going to show you who your identity is. You understand? Get Deuteronomy chapter 28. And the reason I want to go over this with you, because like you said, you keep hearing what they say, but I want you to be able to understand, believe it, and be able to prove it. Because that's what all that matters. You got to show and prove. Like for you to prove to me that you could drive a car, you got to give me what? Driver's license, right? Otherwise, you can't prove you could drive a car, right? So we're going to prove to you that you're an Israelite, that your people are Israelites, right? Come on.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Remember, Daniel said the same thing, that we didn't listen. Now, this is the oath that Moses said. Moses said, you know what? Back then, Moses was like, you know what? In the future, if you don't listen, read.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
Do what?
All his commandments.
You see the key? The key is about doing the commandments. Read.
And the statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses.
These what?
All these curses.
So this is what Daniel was referencing when he said the oath that Moses wrote. Moses said from way before Daniel's time, if you didn't do the commandments, what was going to happen?
All these curses.
The oppression, the getting shot down. You understand? Being in your own neighborhood, a white police kicking you. We saw a white cop kick a dude on the floor over there a couple days ago. Yep. Granted, he could have been, I don't know what he was doing, but nonetheless, he tased him, had him on the ground. He still ran over there and kicked him. When you ever seen a white man get tased and get kicked on the floor? It's unheard of. You understand? Read.
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So now it says they're going to come upon you and overtake you, meaning what? You're going to try to run away from them. A lot of us get a couple of dollars. We go to the other side of town. LeBron got millions of dollars, a billionaire. How is it they can still write nigga on his front porch? You understand? We try to escape those things. Give me that one. Trying to run away from it. Verse 45.
There's the devil.
Verse 45.
Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee. And
Shall what?
Shall pursue thee.
So they're going to follow you no matter where you go. Bruh, what's her name? Oprah got damn near $1 billion. She went to Europe around these people that enslaved her people. You know what they said to her? Get out of my store. And she's sitting over there like, I'm Oprah. You got a football player, he's dead now. They say, are you black? He said, no, I'm OJ. Where he at now? They locked him up, took all his bread, and he died broke. You understand? Read.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed.
Till you're destroyed. Not physically, but mentally. Spiritually, absolutely, because you know how we spiritually destroyed? We don't even care what Christ looked like. You know if you go to a white man and say Christ is black, he's going to have a problem with that. You go to a black man, is like color don't matter. Same mind. You got a white mentality. Like when the brothers up here early, we're going over the image. It means things. You got on the cross, the Jesus piece. Those stuff is idols. You understand? We go to our people and teach our people they're the greatest thing on earth. They're like, man, we already know that, man. I'm good. How we good? We good living stimulus check to stimulus check? That's how we good? All them stuff is upon us. Now, I'm going to get to the point and show you a real live curse because you talked about slavery, right? Get verse 68. This is going to show you that you line up with this. You understand? Read that real quick.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So God said one of the curses, he was going to bring us into Egypt again, right? Now, I'm going to give you some little background history. Back then, we came out of the landmass of Egypt. Came out of slavery under other black people, right? But the Bible is speaking about slavery when it means Egypt. I'm going to prove it.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
House of what?
bondage.
What does Egypt mean? Bondage, which is what? Slavery. Slavery, right? So now one of the curses, let's go back to it.
And the Lord thy God shall bring thee into Egypt again.
A what?
Egypt again.
You know why he's saying again, right? There you go. But this time, how is he going to do it?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
How do we get over here? Cargo ships. Cargo ships. Cargo ships. To be sold, a cargo of 94 prime, healthy Negroes. Is that your history? Well, guess what? This is the Israelites' history. So if that's your history and it's the Israelites' history, what does that make you? An Israelite. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
That just means Moses was telling them, bro, the same way I'm telling y'all how it's going to go down, that's how it's going down. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
He said you weren't going to see it no more again because it is the land. Since this happened to us, have we ever been returned to our homeland? Because we're from Africa, but we're from Northeast Africa, Israel. The land that they fighting over right now, where rockets is flying all over the place, bro, they fighting over your land.
Well, I have here's a question I have. So, because like I say, I've listened and I've been following behind you guys, also the different groups. But it seemed like in this society, as a black man, when you do try to change your life, people come against you. Like you were saying, the other nations, my family, they act like they don't understand me just because I'm not, I don't follow the black American doctrine. You understand? Of course,
Gotcha,
I'm
gotcha.
but I speak English properly. I went to school, you know what I'm saying? So, what's your recommendation when it comes to other nations and people that don't have this information? Because I started to realize that these Europeans and some black Americans, they get violent. They feel like they don't have that same mentality. They feel like something's wrong with you and they'll use violence, you know what I'm saying, against you. You gotta deal, I had to deal with a lot of rough stuff just because I had my own conduct. I wasn't following behind, I wasn't a follower.
I got you.
I was doing my job and stuff, but like you were saying, I had my own mindset. I was listening to the information you guys had, and I became independent. I left my American life and my American ways alone.
All praises.
But it seems like the way these other nations perceive us, they want to try to keep you in that box. And if you don't fit in that box, like I said, they'll come against you, try to destroy you, talk about you.
I got you. Get on 1 Peter 4, and then we're going to get Zephaniah 2 and 1. Check. Here, read it. Cry loud.
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 4. Wherein they think it's strange.
They what?
They think it's strange.
So all of us, when we started to repent, they what?
Think it's strange.
Our family was looking at us weird, like, wait a second. Why you not coming over for Thanksgiving? We like, nah, Mom, look, according to the Bible, it's idolatry. They're saying, no, but it's family time. Then I can show them in the Bible, the Sabbath day is family time. You understand? Because tonight's a Sabbath day where we, as righteous men, we come together, keep the Sabbath together because they what?
Think it's strange.
Because everybody, whether it's unrepentant black people, Israelites, or the enemy of other nations, they think it what?
Think it's strange.
Read.
That ye run not with them
Uh-huh.
to the same excess of riot.
They can't believe, wait a second, bruh, we was just chilling, celebrating New Year's, kicking back, drinking. All of a sudden, you talking about some Bible and, bruh, the scripture don't lie. They think it's strange. They're going to look at you like, what's wrong with you?
Well, you know, and I have been getting so much pushback that I kind of like wanted to give up. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? If the whole world against you, you know, it's kind of hard to keep that doctrine. It's kind of hard to, it's kind of hard to not want to, I wouldn't say go back to my old ways. Get in trouble, but it's kind of, when you don't have nobody encouraging you to stay on that path, it's easy to fall back, or it's easy to just...
Now, you're absolutely right. Now, I want you to look around. What you think we out here trying to do with you? Encourage you.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. Finish that off. You gotta give me the other mic. Try loud.
Wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you.
That's what they're gonna do, right? Read.
Speaking evil of you, who shall give account to him that is ready to judge thee quickly.
Now, you got to give account to God who's going to judge quickly. It don't matter what they want to do, what they want to think. None of that don't matter. Matter of fact, if I'm at Matthew, we say if they persecute you, to persecute me. Bring it out. Because guess what? What you think they did with Christ? Christ went around teaching his own people. Right. His own people led him up to be killed to the enemy. So it's no strangeness. You understand what I'm saying? The comfort we have in it is because we can recognize that they're against us. You understand what I'm saying? Get Zephaniah 2:1. But I'm gonna give you the solution because I understand where you're coming from. Here's the solution: Zephaniah 2:1. Zephaniah 2:1. Because
Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
do what?
Gather yourselves together.
Gather yourself together. Read.
Yea, gather together.
Uh-huh.
O nation not desired.
You're not desired. We're not desired. So we're supposed to gather ourselves together. You understand?
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.